G'day, mates. Ever wondered if we're living in a simulation? Like, what if everything we see, touch, and experience is just a super advanced computer program? Now, we can't just pop the hood on the universe and check if there's a motherboard hiding in there. But there are some really trippy experiments, inspired by quantum physics and cutting-edge technology, that we can do right at home to poke at the edges of reality. Today, we're going to explore 5 of these mind-blowing experiments that just might make you question everything you thought you knew about the world around you. Get ready to have your mind blown. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, the double slit experiment. This experiment is famous for showing how weird and counterintuitive the quantum world can be. In the quantum realm, tiny particles like photons can act like both particles and waves at the same time. To see this in action, we're going to build our own double slit experiment using some stuff you probably have lying around the house. You'll need a piece of cardboard, some aluminum foil, a laser pointer, be careful with that, and some tape. First, cut 2 small, evenly spaced slits into the aluminum foil. Then, tape the foil to the cardboard, covering a hole you've cut out slightly larger than the foil. Now shine your laser pointer through the 2 slits onto a wall in a darkened room. You'd expect to see 2 bright lines on the wall, right? One for each slit. But that's not what happens. Instead, you get a pattern of multiple bright and dark bands, an interference pattern. This pattern emerges because the light waves passing through the slits interfere with each other. Next, place a small object, like a thin stick, near the slits to observe which slit the light passes through. This mimics adding an observer to the experiment. Watch how the pattern on the wall changes. The interference pattern should diminish or disappear, replaced by 2 distinct light bands, as if the light knew it was being observed. So in theory, it changes from a wave state back to a particle state, when it is aware that it is being observed. Isn't that wild? Buckle up, because things are about to get even weirder. Let's dive into the mind-boggling world of quantum entanglement. This phenomenon, famously dubbed spooky action at a distance by Albert Einstein himself, suggests a connection between particles that transcends space and time. Imagine you have 2 particles that are entangled. This means they're linked in a way that their fates are intertwined, no matter how far apart they are. If you measure the state of one particle, you instantly know the state of the other particle, even if they're light years away. Now, how can we demonstrate this at home? While we can't create truly entangled particles in our kitchens, we can create a simplified analogy using something called polarized light. You'll need 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses for this one. When light passes through a polarizing filter, it only oscillates in one direction. 2 polarizing filters at right angles will block all light. Got it? Good. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you introduce a 3rd polarizing filter between the 2 crossed filters at a 45-degree angle, some light actually passes through. It's like the middle filter is somehow mediating a connection between the 1st and 3rd filters, allowing light to pass through that shouldn't be able to. This isn't true quantum entanglement, but it gives us a glimpse into how 2 seemingly separate things can be linked in surprising ways. Building a DIY hologram. Are we trapped in a projection? Have you ever wondered if the world around us is just a super detailed hologram? It sounds crazy, but real holograms look so real and store so much data, it makes you wonder. Building a Star Wars-style hologram is beyond our DIY capabilities today, but we can create a simplified version using everyday objects. You'll need a clear CD case, a smartphone, a sharp knife, graph paper, tape, and a dark room. First, cut the CD case into 4 trapezoidal shapes. Tape these pieces together to form an inverted pyramid. This is your hologram projector. Find a simple holographic video on YouTube. Play the video on your phone in a dark room and place the projector over the screen. Look down into the pyramid and you'll see a 3D-like image floating above your phone. It's like magic, giving us a glimpse of how our entire universe is holographic on a more grand cosmic scale. Fractals, infinite patterns in a finite world. Have you ever noticed how nature is full of repeating patterns like the branching of trees, the spirals of seashells, or the veins on a leaf? These intricate patterns, known as fractals, hint at a hidden order within the seemingly chaotic natural world. A fractal is a geometric shape that repeats itself endlessly at smaller and smaller scales. Zoom in on a fractal, and you'll find the same basic pattern repeating ad infinitum. It's like a universe within a universe within a universe. Now you might be thinking, what do fractals have to do with the simulation hypothesis? Well, some believe that the presence of fractals in nature could be evidence of a simulated reality. Think about it. In a computer program, the most efficient way to create complex objects is to use algorithms that generate repeating patterns like fractals. We can actually create our own fractals using a simple mathematical formula and some graph paper. One famous example is the Mandelbrot set, which is generated by repeatedly iterating a simple equation. As you zoom deeper and deeper into a fractal, you'll notice that the same patterns repeat themselves endlessly, creating an infinite world of complexity within a finite space. The mirror experiment, a thought experiment on the nature of reality. For our final experiment, we're going to ditch the physical props and engage in a thought experiment. This one is all about using the power of our imaginations to explore the nature of reality and our place within it. Find a mirror, any mirror will do. Now take a flashlight and shine it into the mirror. What do you see? You see the light reflecting back at you, right? But here's the question. Is the reflection you see in the mirror real? It's an image of the real world, but it's not the real world itself. It's a representation, a simulation of reality, created by the reflection of light. Now, imagine for a moment that everything you experience, the world around you, your thoughts, your feelings, are all just reflections in a giant cosmic mirror. What if the real you exists on the other side of that mirror? And this reality is just a projection of your consciousness. It's a trippy thought, right? If we are living in a simulation, how would we ever know? Could we break free from the simulation, or are we forever bound by its rules? The simulation hypothesis. Is reality real? And there you have it, folks. 5 incredible experiments that just might make you question the very fabric of our reality. From the wave-particle duality of light, to the spooky connections of quantum entanglement, from the illusions of holograms to the infinite patterns of fractals, and the mind-bending questions raised by a simple mirror, we've explored some of the most perplexing and fascinating mysteries of the universe. So what do you think? Do we live in a simulation? We are getting close to knowing for certain. I believe we indeed do live with a fractal holographic universe, but the journey of exploration, the act of questioning, is just as important as finding the answers. Give these experiments a try at home, see what you discover, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more mind-bending content. Catch you later.